Hey, what is going on, everyone? I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today, I wanted to make this video to share with you my insights on the stock market performance today in terms of where we are, along with providing you insights on several tickers that I'm monitoring, and will tell you certain stocks that can potentially add value in the long run. Now, before you do consider making an investment in a stock or digital currency, please make sure to take this information as guidance and add it to your strategy of investing or trading and do your own research. Let's get started. Now we're looking at a list of tickers here that I'm actually monitoring day by day. And as you can see, the current price of Bitcoin right now is going around 55,000 in value. There have been talks that in the long run, Bitcoin can potentially run all the way up to like 100,000 in value. What does that tell you? Well, there's companies like Riot Blockchain, as you can see here, RIOT on the NASDAQ, where the current share price is at $56. I was previously making videos of this ticker when it was hovering like at $8, and it's great to see that RIOT had run all the way up to like mid 70s. We know that about a week and a half ago the share price was around the $45, and that's when I suggested to take a play in RLT at the time when it was at the low 40s, and now it's gone back up to 56 with the percent change of 7.4% aftermarket at the end of the stock market closure today. Now the question is, can it run back up to its prior resistance of 75? I firmly believe that it can, and it can go all the way beyond the $100 share price range. There is a high degree of correlation. When we know Bitcoin can run all the way up to 100,000, we anticipate companies like Riot Blockchain running as well. So let's not lose sight of what this ticker can do for you. Now, just going down the list here too, Ethereum is another value add play when it comes to digital currency. Let's say if you don't want to consider investing in the main Bitcoin, there's also secondary Ethereum as well as Ethereum Classic valued at currently at the $11. Now, in terms of other stock plays that I personally like, there's iBio. Current share price is at 166. We know that this company has about 30 employees that it's hiring for. So in the long run, this company can gain on positive proceeds in the long run. This is a plant-based biotechnology company using fast farm technology. With Cannabis Technologies, BLO ticker, we know that this company is creating a device to detect whether you have active ingredients of cannabis while, let's say, whether you're at work or if you're driving, operating on a vehicle. It's similar to like test devices trying to see whether you are under the influence, where you can get like a DUI. Well, similar approach with BLO. We know that there isn't an effective device to detect whether you are high or not on cannabis, and this is why I feel like this is a breakthrough technology. And yesterday it ran close to like 18%, and today it took like a downward trend of just 1.3% loss. But from a long-term perspective, based on the current share price, I feel like it can run up significantly. So just wanted to add that piece there. Now with Bitcoin as well, as you can see, Cardano, I mean, in terms of volume, it's like all the way up in the billions right now. So there's just so much attention going on with this coin play at this time. Now, just going down the list here, I wanted to share with you some items on the NASDAQ market, and that's Apple by the ticker AAPL, right? Current share price right now is around the $119 with a volume of like 100 and a million shares being traded for today's stock market trading. And from a long-term perspective, given the fact that Apple has an ecosystem set up where it has iPhones, iPads, MacBook Pros, EarPods, iWatch, all synced in one single ecosystem, as well as being compatible with other products such as Microsoft apps, that just tells you that Apple in the long run can gain significantly. And I anticipate Apple catching up to like Microsoft's share price value coming very soon. So let's say if you were to invest now, in the long run, it can gain on significant positive proceeds. And when you look at its financial balance sheets year over year, it doesn't have too much deficit where its assets continue to grow. And that's why this company continues to rack in positive return on cash flow. And that's why I like Apple as a safeguard play for long term investing. Now, I also do like companies like Inovio Pharmaceuticals, which is a biotechnology company based out in San Diego, working on like 15 different DNA immunotherapy vaccines, whether it's for the MERS virus, COVID 19. It also has infectious diseases such as anal dysplasia, cervical dysplasia, as well as different cancer related tumors such as glioblastoma. It also has a vaccine for that as well as other different severe diseases that it has protective vaccines for. Of the 15 vaccines that it has in place, there's one pre-approved drug right now, the VGX 3100, that's actually in phase 3 clinical trials nearing FDA approval. And we all know that with companies similar to like EYES, upon FDA product approval on its eye drug, it shot up by like, like 1,500% on gains just on phase 3 product approval. And that can really happen with INO. And that's why I'm monitoring this ticker, and I do have investments in this company as well. And I wanted to share that with you. Now, with Microsoft, well, I mean, most institutions right now, companies in the corporate world, are leveraging Microsoft Teams for employees to collaborate, engage, and get work done. And that's why I feel like this is definitely a more value add play than like Cisco, where it has the WebEx systems. We know that companies rely more on Microsoft Teams for interfacing with employees and customers, and that's why I firmly believe that it's a value add play with the low risk implication, and the share price can run up close to like $300 by end of year or potentially Q2, Q3 of this year. So let's not lose sight of what this ticker can do for you. There's also Soligenics that I like monitoring as well. I mean, this company has FDA support with its drug product for different cancer related diseases. So I would monitor taking a look at its website to see whether this adds value to you. This company focuses on rare disease states where the FDA has provided access for use on a small scale, as well as EU marketing on a small scale, and just gaining recognition with its product innovation. And it potentially can take off. I mean, towards the end of the year, can it go up to like $5 to $10? Potentially can. So let's not lose sight of what SNGX can do for you. Well, there's companies like Tesla. We know what this company can do for you, right? We know that previously, I mean, this was hovering at like the close to $900 recently, and it took a downward toll, plummeted to like mid 550. Let's say if you had strong conviction with Tesla and you continued buying, dollar cost averaging down, buying at 550, you're gaining on positive proceeds. Just yesterday alone, including the aftermarket, you gained by like 22% towards the aftermarket, and today it dropped by like just 1%. However, I feel like from a long-term perspective, the fact that Elon Musk is sending satellites all around the world, he actually owns about a third of satellites, as well as just shipping a roadster into outer space. That just tells you that this company is the future. When you ask a customer or someone out on the street, what do you like about your Tesla Model 3 or Model S? You'll probably receive like 50 responses, as opposed to asking someone with like a car that's branded as Ford. You won't get too many responses. And that's the difference with investing in value add high quality companies with product innovation and a competitive advantage in this arena. We know there's a lot of car manufacturers out there. However, Tesla is the cream of the crop. It's godlike, and that's why I firmly believe this is a value add play in the long term. Now, let's switch over to several OTC stocks that I like monitoring as well. There's Accent Solar Technologies by the ticker ASTI. Today, it ended at a really good performance, close to like 10%. This is a solar-based energy for like aerospace engineering, and the fact that the CEO has a strong background with experience in Singapore, I firmly believe that this is a high-quality company to consider, and if held long-term, the share price can gain in significant positive proceeds. What if it runs up to $1 in the long run? That can help you gain by like 50x potentially. So I firmly believe ASTI, given the fact that there's just solar being in high demand right now, this can add so much value to your investment portfolio. So let's not lose sight of what ASTI can do for you. Now, I also have other tickers like HCMC, Healthier Choices Management Group, based out in Florida. This company actually has a lawsuit against a big time company, Philip Morris, where it has tons of different patents on alternative vapor technology, and it's going against a big company where it's anticipated to gain from a lawsuit settlement from my forecast perspective. And the fact that this company can provide alternative choices for the consumer market, I value its purpose in terms of what it's doing, and from a share price standpoint, it can get a bull run coming very soon. And if held long term, then who knows? It can go up to like 10 cents beyond that. So let's not lose sight of what this little ticker play can do in terms of volume. Though it's like up in the billions, as you can see here, 4.3 billion with volume traded as of today. So a lot of people know about this ticker, and let's not lose sight of whether it can potentially bull run. One ticker that I really like as well here listed is INND, called Interscope Hearing Technologies. This is a medical device, class 2 hearing aid device, where it manufactures products to support those who are experiencing hearing problems. And we know to date, year over year, there will just be a degree of exponentiality with hearing problems. And that's why I firmly believe INND can take off in the long run. If held long term, the share price can go up to like a whole dollar value. In fact, it's actually trying to get compliant with the SEC to remove the stop sign by this month. And it also has released its Health IQ app on the Apple Store and Google App Store, so you can actually download their app. In fact, patients with hindrance of hearing, they can actually purchase their product at like half the cost of its competitor on Amazon and Walmart. So that just tells you that it's part of the e-commerce business. We know e-commerce grows year over year by 30%. So that's why this company has a solid business to consumer strategy and can add significant value in the long run. Now, there's other tickers like, for example, Single Point, that I value as well. This is a solar based company where it has partnerships with multiple vendors. So it has a real estate supplier that it's partnered up with, one of the biggest real estate partnerships, where let's say if a home buyer just purchases a house, then it can consider getting solar panels as well. And that's why you can get credit implications. And that's why I feel like Single Point will continue to grow with its share price. Currently, it's not reflected here, but we know based on its financials, year over year, revenue continues to grow. If we look at 2019 Q3 to Q3 2020, it's doubled in terms of its revenue. You look at its customer install base, the value continues to grow, and it's currently in like 38 states with the goal of trying to tap into 50 states. So we know just with time, this company will continue to grow. And that's why I have my money parked in the Sing as well. Now, one of the most exciting tickers that I have my highest conviction in is Sky Bioscience by the ticker SKYE. Although the share price had gone down by 5%, which is not too bad, we know that the ticker had gone up by like 27% yesterday. And just recently, it had announced 2 additional scientific board members on its company from the University of Italy and Spain, where now it has board members from like Stanford, Mount Sinai. So reputable ophthalmologists, as well as experienced members in immunology, natural medicine, trying to advance medical unmet needs. This company leverages the use of bioengineering cannabinoids with the addition of amino acids to create a prodrug called THC VHS to be added into patients' eyes dealing with glaucoma, which is severe blindness. And in order to prevent that from happening and to reduce the severity is by reducing the intraocular pressure. That's the root cause of causing damage to your optic nerve. And it has demonstrated through preclinical trials that its drug seems to work more effectively than the traditional drug products out there. And this can potentially be a new disruptor advancing pharmaceutical science by leveraging cannabinoids to unlock the potential for advancing medicine in glaucoma patients. And that's why I feel like Sky Bioscience can take off in the long run. And I've been investing in this company since like November, December of 2020, and I'm holding this long term until it gains into the whole dollar share price value. So I'm going to wait until the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trials completes, because we know that traditionally it's been demonstrated that smoking cannabis has reduced intraocular pressure. However, with its prodrug, you don't get the therapeutic high effect, and that it will allow for the drug product to get into the eye with the addition of amino acids, making the product more hydrophilic so that it can bind with your innate receptors in your eyes. And that's why I feel like this company is going to take off in the long run. Now, let's not lose sight of what Sky Bioscience can do for you, and that's why I have my high conviction in this company. Now, overall, there's other tickers here I wanted to share with you. So as you can see, there's Boeing, which gained by like 7%. There's companies like Walmart gaining close to like 3% today. And we know that oil has been picking up as well, and ExxonMobil gained about 3%. We know Johnson & Johnson is coming out with its vaccine, 1 dose, coming out very soon. So it's going to take some market share from the current companies, Moderna and Pfizer, with the 2-dose vaccines. People like that ease of use of just getting one COVID-19 vaccine shot. So Johnson & Johnson can potentially get an uptick in the long run. And this is a safe value add play, right? Because Johnson & Johnson has been around for so long, and we can potentially see like $180 come Q2 of this year, potentially. So let's not lose sight of what these tickers can do for you. Overall, just hope that this video added value in the sense that I gave you insight on these high-performing stocks that I'm monitoring, and I hope that this added value. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to find me on Clubhouse, Instagram, Twitter. And let's say if you haven't done so, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, All I See Is W, the Quack Squad. And please make sure to like this video, and any comments or questions, leave it down below. Thanks again. Have a wonderful evening all. Thank you. Goodbye.